Hey, what's up guys? Kane here with XBLA fans, and today we're going to be talking about Guardians. So one thing I want to make super clear in this video is we're going to be going through every single class of characters in Smite. But right now we're going to be talking about Guardians, and Guardians does not mean support. And that's one thing that I've seen a lot of confusion on. Is that just because you're playing a Guardian does not mean, let's say you're playing Conquest, you can't play them as a solo or even as a jungle. So there are options for you to play a Guardian and still play them in, you know, a different role other than just support. And when you're playing something like Clash or playing Arena or even Joust to an extent, there's a lot of different ways you can build these characters to kind of take advantage of their unique strengths. So in general, a Guardian, according to the Smite wiki, is basically just a typically melee ranged god who has magical power to boost their strength and basic attacks and abilities with lower damage but higher end crowd control. So it allows them to withstand more than other classes, and they're able to protect vulnerable allies and set up favorable fights basically. So there's lots of different types of Guardians. There are different ones that'll fit kind of whatever you're looking for in a sense. Now, one of the most recent gods added to Smite was actually a Guardian that it would be Kuzenbo. There's also Ares, Athena, Bacchus, Kabrakan, Fafnir, Geb, Kepri, Kumbhakarna, Sobek, Sylvanas, Terra, Xingtian, and Ymir. And each of these gods has something somewhat unique about them. While I'm not going to be going super in depth on each individual god, I am going to be talking about what they do as a whole. So as a Guardian, your job is basically to be the team's tank. And when you're the team's tank, that means you need to be able to soak a lot of damage as well as typically protect your carries. So the term I'm probably going to use a lot in this video is the word peel. And what I mean by the word peel is pretty often it's your job to make sure that Loki or someone like that does not melt a squishy character like, let's just use Posh as an example, or Zeus, or someone like that who's going to be typically pretty weak on their own versus an assassin. You have the opportunity to keep a very high damage carry like that alive by using your abilities in a way that protects them. So there's a couple examples I'm going to be showing in this video, and you're going to be able to see me protecting various characters, not just as someone like Kepri, who happens to have very good heal abilities, but also as someone a little more aggressive like Ymir, and there's also some other characters that are also very good at this role. So protecting your carries is a huge part. Now, there's another way to play it, in a sense, and especially when you're playing in the Arena or the Clash or Assault, and that's, you're going to be one of your team's primary engaged pools. So you set up the fights, and you'll see that when I play someone like Ares. And there's other characters who can kind of do a good role of doing both. I really like playing Kepri personally. He's probably one of my favorites. I've been playing a lot of Kuzenbo, just trying to learn him. I've played him as a solo in Conquest, and I've played him as a support in Conquest. And for me personally right now, I think he fits better as a solo for me. Just the way I play him, I've had more success. Fortunately, I don't have any of those videos because of hard drive failure, but I wish I could show you some of them. I did try him as a support. He has some perks, you know, he has some abilities to help push the wave, help keep his carries alive. He does pretty well there, but again, like, that's the beauty of this role is not necessarily support. You do a lot of different things, so you can play him as a solo, put a little bit more damage on him, and kind of be a huge disruptor. And there's characters that are massively good at that. You know, Bacchus is really good for just jumping into fights, causing a lot of chaos, putting down a lot of damage, and kind of just getting out. And that's a beautiful thing. Some characters obviously have, you know, team buffs that they can put out, like Terra. Sylvanas is another example with his plants and the ability to give MP5. So Like, you can play into whatever style fits you best. So if you're someone who wants to be super aggressive and wants to be in the middle of the fight and wants to be the guy that's causing chaos and getting focused, there's really good characters for that. You know, you can play Ares, you can play Bacchus, you can even play Kuzenbo. And if you want to play more of a reactive protection style, you can play something like Kefri. He's really good for that. If you want to play something a little more versatile that has the ability to kind of engage but still puts out tons of damage, you have stuff like Ymir or Sobek, which are very good for that. And then if you want to just kind of be all-around badass, there's stuff like Athena. She's just absolutely incredible, to be perfectly honest. I've always had a good time playing her. So there's a lot of cool stuff that the Guardian role can do. And the beautiful part about the Guardian role is if you're doing it right, your teammates probably don't even notice. Like, it's kind of painful, but it's also kind of elegant in the sense of you're the actual carry pretty frequently because you can make up for other people's mistakes. So if you have a hunter who does something stupid, you can get up there and you can protect him from someone who is about to kill him. He may not even notice. He may just think he's really good and he just got 18 kills all on his own. But the majority of players are actually going to realize, holy shit, that guy's amazing, you know? Like, the guy who's actually keeping him alive is the one who's making the plays happen. And that's why I've always liked Kefri, because that ult is just really good for an oh crap fight. You know, you can just be like, yep, you did something dumb, I'm going to fix it. One of my favorite parts about Smite, though, is the fact that even within the Guardian class, there's just a very wide range of gods that each have very unique identities, and they can do very different things. And I'm not going to give you specific builds and say, like, okay, this is the build you have to build on a Guardian, because I really don't want to be that dogmatic with this. One of the cool things about Smite in general is that you can build situationally, and you can figure out what you need and what plays and works for you. In particular within game modes like Arena and Assault and Clash. I mean, when it comes to Conquest, obviously there are some things you kind of need to know a little bit more. But we'll be going through and giving in-depth looks at a lot of different gods in the next couple weeks. And we'll probably start with a Guardian. But who knows. If you guys have any specific questions, please do let me know. I'd love to try to answer them. This class is just really, really diverse. If you really want to be the guy who makes plays, you know, has tons of CC, causes fights to happen, and still puts out a lot of damage, there are characters for that. If you want to be the guy who, you know, just kind of protects everybody and makes sure nobody dies, there's characters for that too. And that's what's really cool. Is you can be kind of an engage god, you can kind of be a peel god, and you can kind of do a little bit in between. And there's just a lot of room for you to make plays. In particular in Arena, like, it's really important having someone who can force the fight and someone who can make sure that people who are low health don't get away. And Guardians are excellent for that. So don't be afraid to try this role. It is definitely fun. I can promise you that. I have a lot of fun playing it. It obviously won't be for everybody, but the thing is, there are different Guardians that'll kind of... You should be able to find one you like. And it's really important to at least have an understanding of that, how each class works, as well as try to find at least one character that you can play. Just in case your team, you know, lines up with 4 hunters one day in Arena. But thanks again so much, guys, for hanging out. If you have any questions, let me know. There will be more Smite content this month. Obviously, Hi-Rise has been helping us out with a lot of these videos, so shout out to them. It's really awesome, and I can't wait to keep developing more Smite content for you guys. Later.